Hello everyone, Chains Gains here, so we're going to be doing another review of this powerlifting competition, John Haack versus Gibbs versus Hubbard. So yep, let's see how this goes. And we're on the bench now. Last time we done squat, and yep, bench is where
He wanted it.
Hubbard
What a
really
buzz! This is John
really
Haack.
gets into his own. You know, this is his best
His
lift.
PB 195. He is opening 185 tonight.
Let's see how he handles this weight.
Yeah, so this is Owen Hubbard's best
Should
lift.
be
Sorry.
fairly smooth and easy for him.
Be surprised if it isn't.
Whoa!
Oh, you called that, Ryan.
Was that an empty bar?
Yeah, and I think Gibbs will be much the same because
No, he will
he's
be.
lowered at 10.
Based off of what I've seen,
Hubbard's starting weight isn't that. His opener isn't that much heavier than these. Like, it goes up in increments of 5 here, it seems.
in their training on social media.
But yeah,
this
only
is
5
well
kg more.
underneath
Okay.
their-
And we were worried there was going to
PBs.
be an anticlimax because the gap in openers. So his opener is reasonably conservative. But it gives him a lift on the board and it gives him somewhere to go.
You know what? You never want to fail too many times. You can't rev that engine, rate the failure too many times in a day. He's already hit that twice. It'd be nice to
Do
see
you
a
think
nice
that
smooth
might have
conserv-
an effect further down the line?
You know what? Like, mentally, but also physically. I mean, you could try to push through mentally.
Although he did miss his first 2 squats, so he missed the 185 and the 188. So he still did get a 285 and 288. He still did get a 277.5 squat, which is higher than Owen
Your
Hubbard. So
body
yeah,
can only fail so many times in the same day, just revving. He could use a nice
That's not
easy
that bad.
opener,
He's
and I
still
think he's
second.
going to get it.
Okay, this is Brett Gibbs. The last but one out in the first round bench press. This to take the lead. This to go past Haack by 5 kilos. This is 190 kilos.
Brett would like to reaffirm himself, get an easy one. He hasn't had an easy attempt yet today. This will greatly improve his confidence, get some momentum going. And there you go.
Oh,
clean lift. Not too much to say about that. His hand position seems to be about what you'd expect. His index finger seems to be around the ring of the bar. Yeah, just a clean lift
Wow.
all around. His arch, he actually stood up when he was arching, so yeah, that's an interesting way.
just wow.
But just wait for Owens. That's all
There
I've
you
got to
go.
say.
Presses it with the. Whoa!
Wait, what happened?
No. Oh, he got yellows for butts. Let's look at this again.
Oh, right, came off the.
Yeah. What?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's that is really unfortunate. Yeah, it's just not on the bench.
Well. Whoa, I don't know.
That
well,
Really? I wouldn't call that, but every judge called it, so.
For the butt, there
no.
was.
Well, the New Zealand coach, what Tahani is saying to him is when all three call something, you can't appeal it.
Yeah.
Really?
Something with the commands. He jump a command. I
don't
heard
think-
JP, his coach,
It'd be
arguing with
nice
the
if
ref.
Gino announced that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm not too sure. It could have been anything, if I'm gonna be honest. Because we can't really hear the commands as well here as they can hear it, but still. He's Owen anyway.
Gets
Look at this setup.
confirmation. This is not going well for Brett at all today.
This is Owen Hubbard, and this
He's probably just
is to
explaining
take
his
the lead in
setup.
the bench press competition. What? Tra-
He hasn't got long because he's still being timed while he's
Uh-huh.
talking.
Well, Gibbs clearly felt he got the lift.
See, look at this
JP, the
setup.
coach,
It's,
that's
just wait
John
for it.
Paul
Here we go. Here we
Coachy.
go.
He got the
And there we go. Head straight on the bench. What a guy. What a guy. It's
deadlift
great.
world record yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He clearly felt that the lift was good.
And he has the
when
biggest
both
arch,
of
so
them
you
don't
know,
know why it was failed.
can't
This is
complain.
Owen Hubbard.
He's got a nice setup. This guy is a bench press monster.
Nice.
Nice.
It
There
did
we
seem a bit
go.
heavy, but still.
3 wide lines.
Yeah.
And Hubbard leads the bench press after one round.
I have no idea what he was.
Haack in second place. And the Brazilian Carvalho.
Really? And he didn't get called on? Okay, so
You're
it must not have been
third
Butt on the bench then,
with
because he
Gibbs
would have definitely
quite
got called on that.
sensationally.
Look, but it's off. It's off the bench. He should, in my opinion, he should have got called on that, but you know.
Getting 3 yellow red lights.
Well, all these guys
Next
extremely
up,
strong.
this is John Haack, second attempt. 10 kilos on the bar.
I didn't know the walkover cost time as well.
Here he comes.
But yeah, he got a walkover pretty quick.
He's got a lot of support from
Takes
the crowd.
about 10 seconds, which is a long time.
Now, he has hit this several times before. Shouldn't be any major struggles, but it's still going to be fairly heavy.
He doesn't really have
Hardwick
too much
got
of a
his
big
shots
arch, as you
nice
can
and
see there.
easy.
Oh, he has long
And
arms
it
as
is.
well.
And he does what he's told.
Yeah, his arms are pretty long. His arch isn't that big. It's a combination of both of them.
Wow, there's not much resistance there.
No.
If he arched more, he could probably beat out Owen. I would think, if I'm being honest. Owen Hubbard, by the way.
Now Gibbs, same weight, but the difference between him and Haack is he has not yet registered a lift.
He's
Nice
off.
and strong first time, but he went before the referee's commands.
The thing is, missing 3 lifts, it messes up your mental. 3 lifts in a row just messes you up. You feel demotivated. You feel like, oh, I'm just going to get another red. It's unfortunate. I don't think it should have got called on that at all. but
He knows
especially if Owen didn't get
exactly
called on
what he has to do.
on his lift.
And if he went before the commands, I don't know why the coach even bothered to go near the jury table. This is Brett Gibbs. Well, he's not retaking his opener. He's gone up 5 kilos, of
Yep.
course.
You know, it shows a little confidence.
his opener
adding
wasn't even
5
heavy. It
kilo
didn't
after
look
you failed
heavy.
the first,
This
but we all know he's capable.
This to put him neck and neck with Haack in bench press.
Looking to cover a little ground here on his total. He's going to need these kilograms.
And again, he always seems to run the clock down. We're down to nearly 20 seconds. He hasn't taken the bar yet. Now he has. Now listen these commands. He got the press command.
He got the press command fast.
Easy.
that
Yeah,
time.
look.
That was a fast
Thank you.
command.
Okay, cool.
I suspect what
Easy.
happened first time, he anticipated the command and he was held longer than he expected.
Yeah, he
You know what?
probably
I
did.
think JP giving a holler at the judges might have actually impacted how quickly they said press. They said
Yeah.
press. That was almost touch and go.
Now Owen Hubbard,
That was a very quick press as well. That's true. Normally they wait about half a second, like 3/4 of a second or so, until they say pressed or up. Sometimes they say, but now they normally just say press. Never heard anybody say up. But yeah, so that seems to be quicker, like 2.5,
2.5. Let's
2.4
look at this.
seconds.
Haack has gone 200. Gibbs has gone
0 point.
208.
I mean that as like a quarter of a second, sorry, or like a bit over a quarter of a second.
For a world
That's how long
record.
it felt.
Oh ho ho! Hubbard 202.5. Second attempt.
There we go.
Will he go 208.5?
Oh, yeah.
I don't see why not.
Shall we?
He's
He might
come for
as
the
well.
gold. This will put him in the gold medal position. Haack can't take him now. Only Brett Gibbs' world record would take him. So he needs this first, and then he needs 208.5 on the bar.
All right, let's see if he gets it.
Gets the lift off. Oh,
There you
he
go,
He's
nice.
does
done
it.
it! What a beast!
So what he was telling the spotters was, don't rack him from the actual bar itself, the actual middle of the bar, which Owen's holding there. He said rack it from the sides of the bar, which is an interesting strategy.
Oh, Hubbard!
He's
Yeah, there you go,
loving
nice.
it.
Up!
3 white lights.
He is on track.
I mean, he almost hit over 470. I
Yeah.
believe he missed a grinder in the middle, but this is
Yeah,
definitely
he's going for the
smart
world
lead
record
from the
there.
squat.
So this
Doesn't
is
wanna-
Or maybe it's not. It should have a W next to it if it was a world record, so I guess it's not.
Lose
John
any
Haack.
kilos.
Yeah.
200 kilos on the bar. This will put him into silver medal position
For freedom.
in the bench press. And this will keep him right on the heels of Brett
job.
Gibbs. Oh, he's struggling. He got it.
He got it.
Oh, that was a
Nice.
fine.
Come on, yeah,
Three
nice.
white lights for John Haack.
That was
It should have been 3 whites. If it
really
wasn't
good
3
call.
whites, that would
Yeah,
have
you know
been
what?
robbery,
Obviously,
in
he
my
picked it
opinion.
well. I thought maybe it picked it a little light based off his training
Any
videos,
more, and I
but
don't think it would have gone.
no, very well
The
played.
problem is, right? Here's the problem with maxing out on bench, and this is why I generally don't like bench to be like your main strongest lift. It needs to be strong, but it shouldn't be the lift which you excel at. You shouldn't be known as like the bencher, in my opinion. So generally, like cumulatively, you can only bench so much compared to your squat and your deadlift. Your squat and your deadlift, normally in powerlifting, they're pretty similar. Sometimes your deadlift's higher than your squat, sometimes your squat's higher than your deadlift. They're pretty similar. But bench is always going to be lower than those two. I've never had an experience where bench is even near squat or deadlift. So if you're known as a squatter, your squat is always going to be heavier than, just weight-wise, than your bench would be if you were known as a bench presser, right? You see what I mean? So you can see this here, right? So Haack is known as a squatter, right? So percentage wise, he's probably lifted a similar amount more when we compare it to Owen and his bench press more than the other lifters, right? They've probably lifted like a similar amount more than the other lifters percentage wise on their two respective best lifts, right? But Haack is significantly in the lead here, right? He's in the lead with almost 20 kg, which is a lot, right?
Hey, he's not
19.5.
leaving any kilos off his total with these picks.
Especially,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially with his benching style, that you typically don't see people who bench really explosively off the chest grinding that
Yeah.
well too. So.
Okay, this is Brett Gibbs, New
World
Zealand.
record attempt.
And this is for a world record.
This could be huge.
Stand it up, gentlemen.
I guess it only has a W next to it when he gets it. It may be world record for about a minute.
And Gino winds up
Looking
the
to close the gap.
He needs this.
Oh, he needs it. This is do
My
or
opinion,
die
if
right
he
now.
doesn't get this, it's over. But if he gets this, it's over.
It's not over. I wouldn't. Maybe it is. That's a 13 kg increase, so maybe.
His first bench,
Which is
he
huge.
beat the commands. His second bench, he put on more weight.
I think he can get it. I think he.
His third
Yeah, I think he
bench
can get it.
This
is
is
an
pivotal.
attempt on the world record.
Very pivotal. He needs these kilos for his total.
Gets his start command. Gets the press.
He's got that.
He nails it! A new world record! And he's back in the hunt! Do not count this man out! Wow, what do you
That's
think, John?
incredible. I think that's where the experience comes into play
That's
too,
right.
where someone who's their first time at Worlds, they
Which
might not
Hubbard
be
just,
able to keep
just
the
beats
composure
it now
like
or
that.
something.
That was incredible.
Don't sit
pressure.
down, folks, because now we got Great Britain's Owen Hubbard, and he is trying to ensure that Brett Gibbs' world bench record lasts for all of 2 minutes.
It's bittersweet.
And this guy has been so fired up today, guys.
Oh, he's
Can
an
he
animal.
maintain this focus? Can he maintain this intensity?
I'm guessing yes. If Owen ever fails a lift, it's never from a lack of intensity.
This is for the world record.
And here he
This
comes!
is for the bench press gold.
And he
Wow.
has the best technique of all of them, in my opinion.
I'd have to agree with
Definitely
you.
the most efficient.
Yeah, he does have the best
Very
technique.
efficient lifting. He's also probably the most intense of all three of them. You add those together, does it equal a world record?
Absolutely covered in chalk.
The venue falls silent.
You know, out of respect.
Oh, the electricity in this building.
Has he got some
Everyone
up
is
his
just
nose?
waiting to see what Owen Hubbard can do.
Two side liftoffs.
Gets a press.
Ah,
No,
oh, that's unfortunate,
just
that's
too
unfortunate.
Oh,
heavy.
he had to
What
try.
a break.
Yeah, you have to
He
give
had
it
to
a
try.
try. How big's the difference? 5 kg. It's not that big a deal. But still, my point is emphasized even more now. Now it's over 20 kg. It's like 25 kg.
It's almost like the command was a little
25.5
slow on
kg,
Owen's
which is
breath.
low.
Well, Brett's somewhat jumped the well, he did jump the command in the first one. JP gave the rest a tongue lashing, and they seem to give him Brett really fast command.
Okay, hold on a second, hold on. I can analyze this real quick. Because it didn't seem to be that he just couldn't lift it. It seemed that
Command
the
was a
bar...
little slow on
There was a few things here. So you could tell, I think it was a left side spotter touched the bar for slightly too long, slightly longer than the right side spotter, which meant the bar went up one way and went down the other way, which kind of set him off, which means he had to restabilize the bar. Restabilizing the bar in a meet when you have to meet commands is kind of difficult to do, especially when you're lifting extremely heavy weight.
Oh, well, Brett's,
Let's have a look here.
Gets a press.
So see, it wasn't even that the bar wasn't moving up. It seems to be that because his wrists were so pronated, I guess you could say. I guess that would be supinated. Oh, his wrists were so far back towards his forearm, right? That the bar actually moved forwards a bit, making his hands more straight, and that meant like the whole of his arms became more towards his legs. That's kind of what seemed to happen.
two side liftoffs.
Like if we have a look here,
Gets a press.
you can see the bar almost moves forward, and his hands seem to rotate the bar forward. You see what I mean? But yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, so Haack's in the lead right now, doing very well, 498 without even doing deadlift. So that's kind of crazy. That could potentially be 800 if he could get 300 kg deadlift, which would be kind of crazy, but we'll see. Alright, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.